Hi, Adam, also from Malibu Beach in Sinan from the Moore, Miami. Love
Oh,
it.
cool.
All right, so maybe we can go ahead and get started.
Let's do it.
Kat, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Kat Aid, and I'm a business development manager and operations manager based in Brooklyn, New York. And I oversee a number of our markets, including New York, Portugal, the Middle East, most of the Southern United States, and the Caribbean. And I've been with Tablet and the Michelin Guide now for almost 7 years.
And I'll just say hello as well. My name is Nikki Wiesenfeld. I am a business development manager based in Portland, Oregon. So I manage markets on the west coast of the US. I also handle Canada and Iceland and Germany, which is very random. I've been with Tablet since for about 17 years. And I'm seeing so many of the hotels that I just recently launched. So I'm very excited today to have you all here and kind of just let you know more about our partnership and how we work.
Yeah.
So thanks again for joining.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started then. And I'll take that next slide if you don't mind, Nikki. Okay. So just a primer here, we often talk with our hotel partners about how they can make the most of our partnership. Hotels often want to know what they can do to maximize production and ensure that their hotel stands out on Tablet and the Michelin Guide. So to support our new hotel partners, we put together this presentation really to give you an overview of all the tools and the programs that we have so that you can optimize your listing on our platforms. So we'll just share a bit with you on how they all work and what we can do to bring you more bookings and great guests. All right, so we'll start off with a bit about who we are. So Tablet was born in the year 2000 on the premise that there are such an incredible and really an increasing number of options and platforms for travel planning that the process can feel kind of overwhelming. So Tablet came in with a goal to help our customers cut through all the noise and simply find the best of the best hotels from all over the world at competitive rates, all in one place. We want to help our users find incredible places that they may not have otherwise found on their own, so that the entire process feels inspiring, really from the booking process to checkout. And it's the 25th anniversary of Tablet this year. And it's been about 7 years since we were acquired by the Michelin Group. So we were two companies that shared a mission to showcase the very best in hospitality. So now we've joined forces to present the official hotel selection of the Michelin Guide. And our hotel selection is identical on both the Tablet and Michelin Guide platforms, which means that our users can now search and book on either site. And on Michelin, our users find our hotel selection directly alongside the Michelin Guide restaurant selection. So we'll be touching on the value of that shared selection throughout the webinar. So I'll go to the next slide. Okay, just to tell you a bit about hotel curation, because it's really fundamental to what we do. So right here, you can see the selection criteria that are used to evaluate every hotel that we feature. It's our selection team that evaluates and handpicks every hotel in our selection. And that team is comprised of individuals who are referred to as inspectors. The inspectors are full-time employees at the company, and they work anonymously and independently from the commercial teams. And their selection decisions are made based upon these criteria. So they're evaluating hotels according to their excellence in interior design and architecture, their individualism and personality, their consistency in providing high-quality service, comfort, and overall maintenance, the hotel's contribution to the local experience, and whether or not the hotel delivers an extraordinary experience for its price. The inspectors also give special consideration to hotels that provide high-quality food experiences, So especially hotels with Michelin star restaurants or restaurants with star potential. And they're also paying special attention to hotels demonstrating a strong commitment to environmental and local sustainability. And just to really emphasize the role of these criteria, these are the same categories that our inspectors are considering in their further evaluation of hotels for potential recognition with the Michelin Key distinction. And I'll go to the next slide. Okay, so here you can see exactly where our hotel selection lives. Each of your hotels has a dedicated page and is bookable on both the tablet and Michelin Guide platforms. So the desktop sites, as well as the tablet and Michelin branded iOS and Android apps. So if you haven't done so already, take a moment after the presentation to download the Michelin Guide app and pull up your hotel's listing. This is going to be the best way for you to see your hotel exactly the way that our customers do. And just as the selection is identical on both platforms, it's important to point out that all of the information you provide to us, so your hotel amenities, policies, your rates and availability, these details are displayed on both sites based upon what has been loaded in our extranet. And similarly, when you receive a booking from us, it's sent to you in the exact same way, regardless of which brand platform it originated from. So essentially what that means for our hotel partners is that you're benefiting from two distinct brands and channels that together reach an even wider audience to promote your hotel. And both brand platforms are dedicated to a seamless and inspiring user experience because we know that booking a hotel on other sites can mean dealing with a lot of distracting ads, lots of banners. So we really strive to offer a refreshing alternative. So not only easy to navigate, functional, but platforms that are beautiful and exciting. I'll go to the next. Okay, so here you can get an overview of just how wide our reach is for both brands. I'll tell you about Tablet first. So on Tablet, we have over 500,000 subscribers. We have 4 million website visits per year, and we have a strong social media presence with 207,000 followers on Instagram and 250,000 app installs. And I'll go to the next slide here. So you can see that Michelin operates really on a very vast scale, and that reflects the brand's global notoriety. Michelin can claim over 40 million website visits per year, a very impressive social media presence with a combined 4 million followers on multiple platforms and 1.5 million app installs so far. So these numbers, again, they're highlighting the incredible reach and influence of both brands, but really giving you the sense that Michelin has this global scale to it. Okay, and I'll turn it over to Nikki from here.
Great, had to unmute myself. Okay, so we talked a little bit just briefly about who we are, but we want to talk also on what makes us different from other OTAs. So of course, first and foremost, we are a curation, which makes us a little bit different, but we also have this unique element, as Kat had mentioned earlier, of the restaurant selection on the Michelin Guide website, and which stands side by side with the hotel selection. So having these two separate components, we're able to expose the restaurant user base to hotels, and then vice versa. When users search for hotels, they're also exposed to restaurants. So we know that a great deal of the traffic on the Michelin Guide site, which you just saw, the 40 million per year, it's going to the restaurant selection. But every time someone clicks on a restaurant, they also have the opportunity to view hotels nearby. They can always search for hotels. So we're really like seeing this high frequency of crossover with people who are coming to the guide for a restaurant, but then they're also being exposed to the hotels. And then that obviously leads to more bookings. So having these two selections really helps both segments complement each other, and really we're leveraging the interest that this user base has in order to get more exposure and more bookings for your hotels. Just a few numbers as some concrete examples. We know from our own data that 49% of Michelin Guide website users that looked at a hotel page in Northern Europe also looked at a nearby restaurant in the same session. So we know that concretely there is that crossover. And then also, when we started, we'll talk about the Michelin Key distinctions in a little bit, but when we started rolling those out last year, we started seeing more and more interest for the hotel selection, and hotel bookings increasing exponentially every month. So we were announcing the Key distinctions alongside the restaurant distinctions, and we were seeing all of this interest kind of build up for hotels. And as I said, this growth is coming from these users who are already part of this user base, who are coming to look for restaurants, and then they're booking hotels. Oops, I got a little bit. So it's about 30% of bookings on the Michelin Guide website now are coming for those users. So it's not, through meta search or any other like paid search or anything like that. This is organic user base that are already there and that are coming and booking hotels. So that's really great because there's so much, obviously, awareness of the Michelin Guide, and there's so much traffic on that site. So to see that user base continue to grow and people continue to book is really, really exciting. That was kind of the idea behind Michelin acquiring Tablet and having the hotel selection, was to have this grow the way that it has. Another thing that makes us stand out is that we have an editorial aspect to our site. So we really are trying to, again, bring together this lifestyle component, highlighting the best of hospitality for both hotels and restaurants. We do have an in-house editorial team. They are the ones who write all of the hotel descriptions as well. And we often do features on specific hotels, hotel groups, or destinations. And it's really just another way for us to capture users who are interested in hospitality, gastronomy, restaurants and hotels, and keep them engaged as loyal hotel clients. And then, of course, provide more visibility to our partner hotels. So another thing that makes us a little bit different, we like to say we're not your typical OTA, and our clients are really not your typical hotel guests. So our users are affluent and well-traveled. They generally book higher ADRs. They travel more than the average adult. They're very engaged with where they stay, where they book. They want the whole experience. They don't just want a bed to sleep in. They want to be blown away. The largest, just to run this down, because we always get these questions, the largest number of our users for Tablet hotels are in the US. It's about 55%, and then 30% from Europe. The top cities account for about a quarter of all website traffic, with coming from New York, Los Angeles, London, San Francisco, and Paris. Although we also have a large segment of users in Texas as well in the US. Our audience is skews a little bit younger, so between the ages of 25 and 44. Again, high net worth, high household income, educated, creative, curious, well-traveled. You can see kind of from this slide some of these qualitative aspects of our users. They care, they eat at Michelin-starred restaurants. They spend a lot of time thinking about where they want to travel and where they want to stay. And again, they tend to spend more money at hotels overall, both booking higher room categories, spending on F&B. And so one thing we like to point out is that although we know we are generally capturing a smaller volume of room nights than other like giant OTAs like Expedia or Booking.com, our ADR is 2 to 3 times higher what you would see at those OTAs, because our users are spending more money and booking higher room categories. So again, this just kind of gives you an idea of our users. Like, they want to try new things. They care about where they stay. A hotel is an important part of their travel experience. You can kind of see that our users are really special. And and they want to book at amazing properties, and that's kind of where you come in. So we want to give them the best experience and also give them the best hotel experience. So now that we've talked a little bit about who we are and what makes us a little bit different and who our clients are, we are going to move on to talk about how you can optimize your listing and convert as many bookings as possible. So Kat's going to take over again.
Thank you, Nikki. We'll go right into the next slide. Okay, so what drives our conversion rate? We can kind of distill that into three main pillars, umbrellas. And the first one that I'll tell you about is competitive pricing. So we know that obviously being in parity with other channels is essential. I know you hear that all the time, and that's regardless of the client's budget. No one wants to pay a premium for hotel bookings, and our audience of savvy travelers, even those who are booking a very high ADR, they're paying close attention to pricing and they're exploring their options before they commit. So we come in offering a number of different avenues to keep your rates in parity, keep your pricing competitive. So things like gated members only rates and seasonal promotions that include marketing and enhanced visibility. The next main pillar driving our conversion rate is our Plus program. We feel like it's our job to make our clients feel special and to have their needs addressed. And some of the primary ways we do this are by offering special benefits and attractive privileges, and by really ensuring that our clients have easy access to all the information that matters to them. So things like sustainable hotel practices, which we know is so important in the context of luxury travel today. And that last pillar, this is our ability to promise and fulfill incredible hotel experiences. We attract our users with our commitment to curation, but we retain their trust and build loyalty by delivering on our recommendations, and our users validate that through guest feedback. Our clients want to know that the previous guests were satisfied before they confirm a booking, and we want to ensure that our users will return to book with us again and again. So our curation and user feedback really go hand in hand to ensuring and perpetuating exceptional experiences and user loyalty. I'll go to the next slide. Thank you. So now digging into that first pillar, competitive pricing, I'll tell you a bit more about the variety of special rate plans that you can take advantage of. So first, our public sales. These are offers that are available to every visitor on the site. And because of that, they'll reach the largest audience. So typically they're going to be set up as flash sales or limited time sales. And these offers are more likely to be featured in newsletters and marketing campaigns. So definitely keep that in mind if you're seeking additional visibility. Next, our member rates. These are a great option if you'd like to create a private or opaque offer. And this is going to be the most popular option for offering deeper discounts, or if you prefer to offer a long-standing offer, because these rates won't be visible on metasearch. And the third one, are Plus member rates. These are very similar to member rates, but the difference here is that these are only available to our paying Plus members. Plus member rates are an opportunity to target our most valuable clients. So in many cases, they're featuring an additional 5 to 10% discount beyond the member rate if both are being offered. And while it's not pictured on this slide, let's just go right back. Mobile only rates. I'll just mention that you have the ability to create rates that are available only on mobile devices. And of course, that includes our apps. All right, now we'll go. Thanks. So really the best way to secure guaranteed additional visibility is by offering a special rate that is exclusive to our channels. Exclusive rates come with free marketing opportunities like inclusion in our newsletter, which is, again, it's received by more than 500,000 subscribers, as well as social media exposure on both platforms, and the potential for exposure on the tablet and Michelin Guide homepages. And I really want to emphasize the importance of exclusive rates in this webinar because they are a super effective tool for new hotels in our selection to increase their visibility. And that's because many users will be seeing your hotel for the first time. So I'll pass it over to Nikki from here.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about some of our number one marketing program, which is our Plus program, which you've probably already heard about during the onboarding process. But if you're not familiar, Plus is our program where participating hotels offer VIP amenities to our paying customers. And in exchange for offering those amenities, you receive expanded marketing opportunities and then priority ranking in destination search results. So, we all know there's a myriad options of places to book hotels and places to stay. And we feel like Plus is really a good way for you to get more than just one-off bookings and guests. It really allows you to access our loyal users who are coming back again and again and booking again and again. So again, I know you've probably already heard about Plus, but whether or not you join, this is a good time just to learn more about it because it's really the best way to increase production and get higher ADR and more loyal users. So this kind of gives you a rundown of all of the benefits that hotels in our Plus program receive. Again, it's priority ranking. You get a plus icon, which is means that your hotel can be filtered in searches for Plus hotels. You also get a guaranteed feature on our social media and in our magazine and newsletters and VIP account support. Just talking a little bit about loyalty, we all know that the loyalty landscape in the industry is very saturated. And obviously, it's much more cost effective for hotels and companies to invest in retaining guests rather than trying to find new guests. And especially for hotels who, may not have a ton of marketing capital or may not have the ability to compete with massive OTAs or hotel groups, Plus is such a nice program to join because it really gives you access to a loyalty program that works for you. It lets you be a part of this amazing collection and not just kind of like a one-size-fits-all points loyalty model. And most importantly, when you join Plus, you get access to and you get in front of our amazing Plus members. So really, these are the ideal guests. So I know we talked a little bit about our users and how they're special and they travel more and spend more money. And really, our Plus members are like even a leg up from there. They're really the creme de la creme. Plus members are typically in the top 1% of highest income earners. They're frequent travelers, so they travel 8 times more than the average US adult. We currently have around just under 30,000 Plus members, and they pay a membership fee of $99 per year. That 30,000 is just a fraction of our total user base, but they make up about 50% of our bookings. So it's a huge share of our bookings come from Plus members. And their majority of Plus members are booking at Plus hotels. So it's 68% of bookings by Plus members are for Plus hotels, which is showing that they really are, when they can, they are selecting Plus hotels to stay in. They book higher room categories. ADR from Plus members is 13% higher than our non-Plus users, which again means that they're spending more money overall, and they are very loyal. So talked about loyalty. Over the past 3 years, 20% of Plus members rebooked at the same hotel, and 74% repeatedly booked Plus hotels. So again, they're coming back to the same properties and coming back to Plus properties. And then they're also loyal to us. So 85% of Plus members renew after their first year, and 55% of Plus members have been around for more than 3 years. So again, these are paying members, so they are actively choosing to stay loyal to us and stay loyal to Plus hotels. And many of our Plus members have been around with us for, it's at least 3 years was the 55% number, but many of them have been around for 10 plus years and are really have grown with us as a business. So this is definitely the audience you want to get and keep on your side by becoming a Plus hotel. And this is just kind of a fun little slide, which shows some booking information from a real life Michelin Guide Plus member. So this is someone who joined Plus through the Michelin Guide site. He became a member 4 years ago, based in London. He's like definitely living the life that I would like to live by traveling all over the world, 40 bookings in the last 12 months. He prefers to book key hotels, so 1, 2, and 3 key hotels, and travels like New York, LA, Tokyo, Marrakesh, all over. I think one thing that's really interesting about this member that I like to point out is that he has loved or favorited 182. I mean, it's probably more now since we made this slide, but he has loved all of these restaurants on the Michelin Guide site, which is a really good example of the crossover that I talked about earlier. This is someone who's obviously looking at restaurants and interacting with these restaurants by actively favoriting them or loving them on the site. And then he's also booking hotels and booking a lot of hotels. So it's really cool to see kind of a good example of these users that we talked about. Okay. So the next final pillar of optimizing your conversion is kind of what we call an incredible hotel experience from booking and beyond. So that kind of includes the booking experience from finding your hotel, from our users booking, and then staying at your hotel, and then following up with feedback. So we want to make sure that we have updated content, photos, amenities, policies, that everything is accurate and on par with what our users will receive when they're or what they'll see when they're booking, and then what they'll receive when they are staying at your hotel. This is, of course, to ensure that they have an incredible stay, but we also want to make sure that they leave a good review. So while our users, obviously, we are a trusted source of recommendations, they also look at peer reviews from like-minded users when making a decision about where to book. So the better the experience of booking and the better the experience of the stay, the better your reviews, and the more likely you are to get more bookings. And we also have, so we factor our user reviews into something we call a feedback score. So after a guest stay is completed, we send an email to the client and request their feedback. Once your hotel has 3 or more reviews that have been published, you'll get a score out of 20. Again, this is a really important part of the booking experience as our users trust their peer reviews. And we also use it to ensure that hotels are still up to the standard that they were when they were first brought on or first reviewed by our inspectors and our selection team. One tip here is that our users generally will reach out to our customer service team prior to publishing negative reviews. So definitely make sure your team is on the lookout in case you receive a negative review and it's maybe something you can work out before it gets published on the site. And as we always say, make sure to keep an eye on your hotel's listing to make sure you're aware of the reviews. We're always happy to chat with you if there's something that is flagged on your hotel's page in a review, something that needs to be updated. Again, making sure your content, photos, everything in the hotel description is updated and correct is so important. Having this kind of ongoing dialogue with our team is really helpful to make sure that that we have everything updated, that what the guest sees is what they're going to get, and that there are no hiccups or anything that might come up during a stay that could negatively impact your review or just the guest experience as well. All right. So just to kind of wrap up this section, because we talked about a lot of different things here. I just wanted to boil down all of the information to the main points. So the pillars of optimizing your conversion, plus all of the kind of unique aspects of our brand and business. This really kind of like makes up what we call the secret sauce of how hotels can maintain successful partnerships and keep our users coming back and booking with you, and really hopefully bringing you more bookings and more business. So our Plus program, our joining our sale campaigns, making sure you're in parity, our like kind of relentless dedication to flawless curation, which includes the peer reviews and making sure the booking experience and the stay experience is up to par. These are kind of all the ingredients that go into helping your hotel succeed. And it really kind of also shows that succeeding with us is just as much about what you put into it and how much you are engaging with us as a partner. All right, so Kat is going to take over again and we'll wrap up a little bit and just talk about what's coming on the horizon.
Thank you, Nikki. All right, so Nikki just told you about what you can do to maximize our partnership. So I want to highlight just some exciting news, some upcoming opportunities, and resources that you can take advantage of. So the first is our ongoing exclusive sale campaign, which highlights exclusive rates and provides additional visibility and marketing to the participating hotels. I see Nikki just posted a link in the chat where you can learn more about it and sign up. Our next campaign starts on Monday, May 12th, and we have a full calendar of available booking windows that you can choose from. So just to give you a brief overview here, the campaign requires an exclusive rate, bookable for a limited time, and it guarantees that additional marketing for the participating hotels. So of course, we'd love for you all to join. Take a look at that link. And the next thing I'll mention is our Travel Week. Since 2022, we've had an annual Travel Week event. It's basically a virtual summit that brings together our hotel community to learn more about the business and discuss trends and flashpoints in the industry. Our last event took place this past December, and it was a major success. We had a record number of signups and participants, and we produced 9 sessions with all new content around data and trends, sustainability, the Michelin Key, and we also had some really interesting roundtable discussions with industry experts. So Nikki also added a link in the chat in case you'd like to watch a recording of any of those sessions, which I strongly recommend. That link will also take you to an extranet tutorial video, which is super helpful if you're ever looking for a visual how-to or just a refresher on using our system. And the last thing I'll mention concerns the Michelin Key. So since the distinction was launched last year, our inspectors have chosen key recipients now in over a dozen countries, and we're eagerly awaiting the announcement of the next Michelin Key recipients. So while very limited information has been released so far, what I can share with you is that all destinations will be covered in the global announcement, which is planned for later this year. So more details to come on that, and hopefully very soon. And I'll go to the next slide, please. Okay, so thank you all for sticking with us to this point. We know that this has been a lot of information. So here's a super simple checklist that you can use to further optimize our partnership. And we can send this to you afterwards. If you'd like, just reach out to your business development manager and we'll shoot it over to you. But I hope you all take a moment to make sure that your rates are in parity today. Consider joining our upcoming sales. So again, that's the link in the chat. And I hope that you'll consider enrolling in Plus if you're not already participating in the program. And with that, we'll go ahead and open the floor to questions, to conversation. So please feel free to leave your question in the chat and we'll do your best to answer them.
You can leave a question in the chat or raise your hand if you'd like. I know this is a lot of information in a 30-minute period, but okay.
Hi, Jade.
has a question. If you want to, you should be able to unmute yourself. And
Okay, hi. This is all great. Thank you so much. I did have a question on the sale participation request. Since we are a Design Hotels or a member of Design Hotels, we actually just recently submitted one of our sales going right now, like Spring Escape, that's 20% off. Can that, and they said the Design Hotels team emailed me back saying, like, yes, we're just waiting on tablet. So can that
Cool.
be applied to this? Like, can that work for this? Because this would be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So for our exclusive sale campaign, we're requesting that it is an exclusive rate. So as long as it's exclusive to tablet, we can include it in the campaign.
Okay.
But if it's a promotion that you're offering anywhere else, we still definitely want to feature it.
Oh, okay. So so this in this case, this would just be exclusive tablet. Like I would just create a new one.
Yeah, exclusive to our
Okay.
channels, but we can definitely, we would love to feature any other promotions that you're running.
Okay.
And there's always a great chance that we can offer additional visibility for any
Okay, perfect.
promotion.
And then when you say exclusive and, to adhere to like the whole rate parity thing, would this be like having a code? Because with like Marriott and stuff, if you have a code, it doesn't need to be it. So this would be using a specific code on tablet.
So this would be a public rate, a public
Mhm.
exclusive rate. However, it is only for a short time.
Okay.
So I know how important it is to remain in parity, but we
Right.
find that if we can run a shorter booking window,
Then this can be something. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Awesome. Thank you so much.
thank you.
yeah, and I will just say we are also, we haven't started reaching out to hotels yet about it, but we are likely going to be moving forward with doing a special sale that will be promoted through the Michelin Guide newsletter, which has, so generally when we do these sale campaigns, we are promoting them through the tablet newsletter, which, as Kat mentioned, is about 500,000 subscribers. But for this kind of special sale, we would be promoting it to Michelin Guide users exclusively, and that's an audience of about 2.5-3 million. And it's in the US and France mainly, and then it would also be translated into French. So it's a really cool opportunity to get in front of a huge amount of users. So stay tuned. If you hear anything about that, or if you're interested, let us know, or let your business development manager know. We can talk more about details for that.
I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? If you think of something after the call, you can always email us, email your business development manager. Or if you don't know who that is, you can send an email to our team, which I'm going to put the address in right here. And yeah, we're happy. We're always here, happy to help you. Our goal, our success is your success. So our goal is really to show your hotels in the best light, bring you as many bookings as possible, so that we can all
Succeed together.
I was trying to think of another word than success. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for taking the time. We did record this again, so if you want to watch this again or share with someone on your team, we'll send a link to that replay.
Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.